I made it out. I made it out. All right. Listen, I am so flabbergasted that song was playing because on yesterday, my pastor preached a sermon titled, I Made It Out. And you know what? I feasted on that word because the scripture talks about how he was in the pit, a slimy pit, but it was metaphorically speaking about sometimes in life we're thrown in pits. We are trying to get out, but you know what? God will reach down his hand and pull us out of the pit of despair, out of the pit of financial despair, out of depression, out of sickness, whatever you need, you can make it out with God. So listen, the producers are on point because I didn't have to tell them to play that song, but it is definitely right on time. So believers, as Bishop David Todd Whitley said on yesterday, you can make it out. And if you need a scripture reference to help you to understand, all you got to do is go over to the book of Psalm, 40th chapter, verses 1. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. Listen, I am so excited because it is out of the pit Monday. It is Money Monday. And you know what? In order to get out of certain situations, we have to understand that faith without works is dead. And you have to work your faith. And so, if I didn't say it, it's your main man, Action Jackson. You're rocking with the brunch budge right here on Inspiration 13. You know, when you're so excited for the word, you forget everything else you're supposed to be doing. But I'm just so grateful that I serve a God that looks beyond my faults and see all of my needs, right? And today he is seeing the needs of the believers because it is Money Monday, and filling in as our special guest co-host is none other than Money Mika.
Hey,
Woo, 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 woo.
happy to be here.
Oh my God, I'm so glad. Let me say this before we go back to Mika. I'm just real excited today. If you don't know, I was off all of August, and last week was my first week back. And of course, I was kind of by myself, you know. So we didn't have a lot of hand clapping in the studio. So it felt good to have my live studio audience with me. But I'm so excited. Listen, I promised on social media that today we were talking all things business and money.
Come on.
And so you know what? This entire hour, if you want to level up, if you want to glow up, if you want to make your way to the top out of the pit, you got to stay tuned. So call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the brunch bunch right here on Inspiration 1390.
Let's go.
Hey guys, it's
And of course, Zoe was with me last week. I know that's her text.
Now, your home is not just a place. It's a lifetime of memories.
She said I made it
hard-earned
out was in
and
my
cherished.
spirit today.
At Secure Home and Automation, they understand what it means to protect these memories. As a Brinks
Turn that
authorized
down
dealer,
just a little.
they stand guard over a million homes and
Are you comfortable? You got enough space?
Yeah, I'm
really
pretty
good. Hold on.
365 days a year.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody's comfortable.
Top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon monoxide, and medical emergencies. They will fulfill and even exceed. I'm just giving you my number. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Somebody, is she married? I want a husband, a woman. Right, look, I was like, wait a minute, we back.
Oh, you got
447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Call today and make a wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation. You've heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866-447-3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344.
Do you have dry skin, fine lines and wrinkles, or do you just want to get or maintain your youthful glow? Then you need Vanguard Beauty. This black-owned, woman-owned vegan beauty line has all the wants your skin could ever need. Envelop your skin in luxury with organic, botanically derived skincare and makeup that is also talc-free and cruelty-free. The foundation is weightless and feels like skin.
Okay.
Lipstick and eyebrows are so
Jarrell.
and come in a variety of gorgeous colors that there is sure to be something for everyone. Don't take my
I
word
got
for
something
it.
for
Try it
you
yourself
to
and go
print.
to VGBstore.com. That's VGBstore.com.
like social media. She don't do all that stuff.
discover imperfections, we reveal the beauty in you.
Hey, believers, it's your main man, Action Jackson. Are you searching for a life-changing word?
Thank you.
Look no further than... Okay, Gerard, I just emailed it to you. You can print that. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time to the Word Network, where Corby Bush Ministry brings you powerful messages.
So we don't take it.
Transform your life. Corby Bush Ministry. She'll be here at 12:15. She said yes. She's running late. Give them a call, 214-371-8768 to connect directly with their ministry. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Corby Bush Ministry for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget to tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m. to the Word Network.
And she's like, go to the library. But it was outside.
Hey, it's your girl, Money Mika. Life is full of uncertainties, but your family's future does not have to be. With life insurance and investments, you can secure your tomorrow today. If you or anyone you know is uninsured, underinsured, or you just need a free assessment of your life insurance and investments plan so you can be prepared for retirement, go ahead and give us a phone call at 815-277-6772. Again, that's 815-277-6772.
Hey, my people, ready to level up your kindergarten classroom game?
Where's
Effective
this
kindergarten
lady?
classroom management strategies for success. This ain't just any book; it's your roadmap to running a tight ship.
You got, okay, print that for me. Justice, grab that.
Say bye-bye to those chaos-filled days and hello to smooth sailing. with my
All right, Demaria, make sure you're getting good content, brother.
Grab your copy now and let's make magic in the classroom.
We're in the wrong with Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
Well, of course, I'm not Tamara Fair, but as we said, as we were coming into the show, this is the last month of the third quarter. If you are an entrepreneur, you understand that each quarter of the year is very important and significant to your business. So the third quarter is leading up to the last quarter of the year, which we call the fourth quarter. And you want to close out the year. Look, I'm doing easy math. I'm just letting people know. Third quarter then becomes the fourth quarter. Funny story, a lady told me, yeah, you know, my son is in fourth grade. And she was like, and you know, he'll be in fifth grade next year. I'm like, well, duh. But you know, sometimes you got to do a little easy math for them. But I want you to understand the words and the power in the words, right? The fourth quarter. It's the final quarter of the year. When you're doing business, you want to end your year strong. You don't start the year out strong and then end weak, because then you have some problems in your business that you need to address. So this month is the perfect month to prepare for your fourth quarter. People who fail to plan to fail. And so if we don't have a plan, how can we execute it, right? And so God gave me a vision to do a 21-day business reset challenge. And so people have been asking me, and it's funny that it, you know, something that came to me, of course, if you know me, Action Jackson moves very fast. So I got it together in a few days, put a whole program together. But because I've been doing this 21 years, I know what's needed. So what I thought about is, I believe there's a shift about to happen. And that shift is coming financially. For far too long, people in marginalized communities, especially, I'm going to talk about my people because it's all I can talk about, Black folks have not had access to capital, have not been able to be awarded certain grants and certain contracts. And it's not just because of systemic racism. You know, that's the first thing we say. Is because we're Black, we don't get that opportunity. That is majority of the issue. But the other side of the issue is we are not always ready for the opportunity. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And so I don't care if you're a new entrepreneur or you've been in business for 20 years. Just like when your phone is giving you problems, what you got to do? Reset it, right?
Yeah.
If your business is not doing what it needs to do for you, what does that mean? You need to reset it. You need to go back to the foundation and rebuild on a solid foundation. You need to make sure your business structure is properly set up. A lot of us started companies, you know, like, oh, let's do an LLC because that's what everybody's talking about. You may need a C Corp. You may need an S Corp. You may need a partnership. There's so many different layers legally to that. And so we want to make sure that your foundation is set, because once you go into the fourth quarter, it's the last quarter of the year, then the opportunities are coming, right? But then you got to think about this. If you finish strong, you can start strong.
Right.
And now you want to kick off 2025, starting the year off strong. So what I created for 21 days, you're going to be getting daily guidance to sharpen your business acumen, access to invaluable tools and templates. And I want to expound a little bit on the tools and templates because people are like, well, what is that? So if you've been in business and you don't have a business plan, shame on you.
Right.
But that doesn't make you a bad business person, right? I know a lot of people that are in business, they got a great product or service, they never put a business plan together. But we're going to go back and get that business plan together because somebody said, well, how do you get all these grants? Or how does this happen? Well, one, I apply for everything that come my way, right? Two, it's a little simpler for me to apply because most of the questions that are asked on these grant applications come directly from your business plan. I can go on my business plan, copy and paste it, and put it into the grant application. So that's saving me time. But if you don't have that, if you don't have the data, if you don't know the community, your target market, you don't have your financials, and of course, you're screwed. So we have a business plan template we're going to be dropping. Well, all I did was took 3 of my past clients' business plans that we created and made them white label, right? So you can just go in, if you're a restaurant, add your restaurant information, plug in your numbers. It's a plug and play. Other tools are some legal contracts that all entrepreneurs should have. Non-compete and non-disclosure agreements. Far too many times we're in rooms talking to people, telling them our ideas, and we're not having them sign NDAs, and now they're stealing the idea. So we want that independent contractor agreement. So we're doing that, and then we're going to do personalized mentorship sessions where I'll be jumping on live. I got some Dream Center team members that'll be jumping, doing some random, hey, listen, let's walk through this together lives. And of course, every Thursday this month, we got great guest speakers. I'm saving Mika for the fourth quarter. That's when I go down this rundown. Last week, we had attorney India Rios, who dropped some gems and knowledge on business structure, how to perfectly structure your business, how to change it if you need to be, and the accounting implications that have on the different types of corporations. So you want to make sure that's right. This week we have planning for success, financial management, and strategic insight. So accountant in business, you need a good lawyer, a good accountant. All the time in small business, we can't afford that out the gate. But we're changing that so that you all will be able to have access to those tools, right? And so then the following week, we got Kiana Barber, WDB Marketing. She'll be talking about boosting your visibility. Shout out to Kiana Barber, who just had a grand opening this past weekend.
Yes.
She opened her second location from South Holland to South Loop. Come on, somebody. All right, Kiana, if you write a book about that, use that title call. And then we're going to right. That's why you need the NDA. But then we're going to close out the month with the Vice President of U.S. Bank, Mika Brown, who's going to talk about securing your future, funding opportunities, and pitching to investors. So shout out to U.S. Bank because they're the reason that I started this challenge. It was a confirmation. I was invited by the Vice President to come on what they call an access tour that they do every year, and they take the top executives from the bank around the city of Chicago, showing them Black businesses that they have invested in because they have millions of dollars earmarked just for Black businesses. And so while we were at lunch, the conversation came up and we were talking about access to capital. And I just talked about how August was my month to reset, go in my business, get some things back going, enjoy myself a little bit, and then come back to continue to grind, right? And I said, and I have to do that to make sure my business is straight. Because things change, things in your business change, ownership change, your partners change. We got to constantly be evolving. And when I sat there and they said, well, we have a problem with getting this capital out. And I said, you know what? That's my confirmation that I really need to launch this challenge because if I can help you get your personal credit straight, line up your business credit, make sure your foundation and structure is right, you got your business plan done. Then once we're done with this challenge, we can move into the fourth quarter and prepare now for financial breakthroughs and blessings. Because once you got a solid foundation, then we'll work. Now, of course, in 21 days, I ain't gonna make you a rock star, but we gonna put you on the path. But then we're preparing you so that the fourth quarter we can be working on how do we position you to get this funding. Contract opportunities come out. Guess what? They're saying, hey, we need a financial advisor. We're gonna pay $3 million to come and consult businesses. And I sent Mika in the room, and Mika's like, yes, Prosperous Dynasty is 20 years old. We've been doing A, B, and C, and they're like, we love it. Let us see your WBE and your MBE and your DBE. And Mika's like, wait, I ain't got all that. Well, we need to know you're a woman-owned business, and clearly we can see Mika is a woman, right? But unfortunately, if you do not have your WBE Woman Business Enterprise certification, you don't qualify, quote unquote, as a woman-owned business to get these contracts. So I'm gonna drop the mic there. If you want any more of that good information, you got to sign up for the challenge. It's kicking off today. Today we're starting out with a business health assessment. Everyone in the challenge will be able to go through this health assessment, and then after that, you get a one-on-one call with me, and we're gonna go through and just talk about where you're at, what you need to do, and hopefully I can identify how this challenge is really going to benefit you. Because, of course, we overcome by the words of our testimonies, and I need testimonials. So I'm going to make sure you win it in this challenge. Go to www.thedreamcenter.com. That's www.thedreamcenter.com. And guess how much this is?
How much is it?
$99.
That's it?
That's it. It was $4.99. My team told me I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm going to just do a 2-day promotion, $99. And every day I've been extending the promotion because I like to give stuff away. Unfortunately, I can't just give it free. I got a staff to pay. But if we can get a small fee and I can help change 5, 10, 15, 20 business owners' lives, then I am satisfied. I've done the work that God called me to do. So go to thedreamcenter.com. Make sure you register. We start today with the business health assessment, and trust me, every day is going to get gooder and gooder. If that's good, good English. But talk about getting gooder and gooder. She is back from world tour, and you know what? We're going to have live in the studio. We're going to have our...
I couldn't hear you.
Right. Oh, I didn't know you were in the room. No, listen, Miss Gina Lamar is back, and we're so excited to have... I've been going so long, I know I'm about to botch the name. The Mingling Moment.
Look at you.
The Mingling Moment.
Very well. The Mingling Moment.
Well, don't go nowhere. We have way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch. Jeannie, you're late.
You have no idea what I went through this morning.
Trust me, it's Monday. Don't nobody look at my legs. I'm ashy. I forgot lotion.
This is really good.
Thank you. I'm the tired.
That's what's like you read.
Lord, geez.
I know. I be
What?
like,
What's up? Black folks always beg. I have not talked about Gen Zer in over a month.
Really? Really? That's how you do me, nigga? You just gonna drop the phone on me? That's okay. I'm gonna get up and come on.
Did we lose Jasmine? Chanel, what? What's your last name?
Fatima is what we go by.
Fatima. Okay. You tell me. I'm going off whatever on the paper.
Right.
Fatima. So Mika, send this out to all of your team. I need all 1,000 of them. Fatima, you too, because I hear you the game changer. Let's go.
So funny. Yeah, send me that. So it's 21 days that you're going to be meeting every single day?
No, so we have a platform. So it's 21 days, but we'll be sending out emails to uploading in the platform where you can go in.
There's no like...
Only like we haven't planned. So every Thursday at 6:00, we're doing live webinars. So teaching, workshop. But of course, for the value add, like I'm on HSN, for the value add, we'll be doing like some random lives. So like, for instance, last week, and it's funny that I launched this because last week stuff just started coming up. The airport is opening up for 113 new concession vendors. That's game changing. You get a business in the airport, it's like an ATM. It's printing, right? So we're gonna be talking about that. Then the city launched a couple of new grant and contract opportunities. So I'm gonna be going live to talk about that only with the group, right? And then explaining what you need to get it done. And if you don't already have it, then we'll be taking feedback too. The team is like, well, I got A, B, and C, but I don't have D and E. Can you go over that? And then I'll go over it.
Yeah.
And so then the goal is to use all of this. So when we relaunch it again and charge $1,000, I got all the more footage.
You don't play. I love it. People don't know this stuff. So this is good.
Can you drop the mingling minute?
You can't drop it. I'm doing it live. I haven't recorded.
I know. Don't you got like an intro though? Or
Yeah.
go straight into the mingling minute so we can move it along. It was mingling. And guess who asked? Jarrell asked about you too.
None of all this
I know. I'm about to say, Gina, you might get one. I know that. You've been world traveling the vineyards and stuff. You know, I wish I was just out south. Look, I was just out south. Somebody gonna tell me, wow, you've been on the south side a lot lately. I'm like, thank you for that reminder because I need to change that. Oh, the New England coast. Yeah.
I love that.
I did Lakeshore Drive.
Attention entrepreneurs, it's your girl.
Did you see that video I sent you, that lady skating?
Yeah.
I said, that is Gina.
Whether you're launching a new business or starting an established one, I will guide you through every step of the trademark process. Secure your brand's future today. Call 773-455.
Oh, you don't do social media, Fatima? That's interesting.
She's like, what's that?
0711. You know, for a limited time, get $100
I'm live,
off.
so you don't even understand. Like, what are you doing?
And remember,
are you serious?
into your reels to secure the
text
brand
me. It's just
and the
comments
bag.
on social
Wait, Fatima, where you been at? Are we talking about this on the air?
social media, but you don't know what it is.
And you
We not have this conversation.
Wait, oh my God, oh my God. Wait, where you been at?
I know about it. Okay,
Okay. I'm about to say, wait a minute. Okay. So you know the Tic Tac? TikTok.
1 minute.
Carwash.com.
Be ready.
All right, Gina. It's on you.
That's BuddyBearCarWash.com.
This ain't
Hey,
Texas.
it's your main man, Action Jackson. Life can throw you a lot of curveballs. Sometimes these life events
forgot to announce that.
hurt your credit score.
My credit guy is going to do free credit analysis for everybody, too.
Oh, that's what's up.
And so then we're going to upload some templates for them to use to work on their own credit.
All those inaccurate,
You can't
unverified, unfair
Yeah,
items
I ain't
on
think
your
of that
credit report. It just takes one phone call.
It's launched. I've been launching on the last weekend on the radio.
I need quiet. 1 second.
We had 130 people tune in. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I need to redo that commercial
for your free credit evaluation. It's Monday and it's time for your mingling moment with Gina Lamar.
But of course, it's Gina Lamar. Stand for something or fall for everything. The saying usually reads anything, but I want to make the point that everything gets compromised when you don't have an absolute. Take a moment to think about what your absolute is, what you will not tolerate, what is absolutely unacceptable. Hold on to that and watch your life change. This mingling moment has been brought to you by Maine, making a daily effort.
Now listen, Gina, you smoked that. That was amazing. But you know what? That happens when you travel the coast, right? You get to reset, refresh.
I did.
Have you back and forth. Those that don't know, since this is your relaunch, you back with us. Tell the believers exactly what it is that you do and the mission that you're on.
So do I have to say? Can I get to say it the way I really do?
Jarrell, put your finger on the button.
Be ready. My name is Gina Lamar, and I talk about sex for a living.
Okay.
And it's not a bad word. I do that because I'm an HIV training specialist.
I guess in the studio turned to me.
I know everybody was like, "Wait, what?" The main mode of transmission continuously, right? And so I've been doing this for 30 years. I train professionals, I train physicians, nurses, healthcare professionals, and the public. And my goal is to always try to reach you before you're my patient. While patients are good, that is how I bill and that is how I get paid. I am okay with losing patients, especially cisgendered Black women, if we can stop the virus from spreading. Anybody, but definitely I hate still telling people you are infected with HIV. So that's the purpose of the Mingling Moment. We have Monday Night Mingle, where we have those conversations on Monday nights. Every first Monday, we usually have them. We're going to be launching that again because we have to find a place. COVID shut us down for a bit, but we still have the page where we just talk about relationships. And that absolute is so important. And that came from an incident that happened this weekend where you just had to, some domestic violence happening that we had to step in. And I was like, you have to figure out what you're not going to tolerate. And then all the rest of the nonsense falls by the wayside. So if you're not going to
let the believers know. I remember one time I was working with a church and I went to the pastor and I said, hey, I think we should work on some safe sex campaigns. I was doing some work with World AIDS Day at the time, my nonprofit, and the pastor turned to me and said, no, Mr. Jackson, the church isn't ready for safe sex campaigns. And I said, but clearly all of these pregnant teenagers in the sanctuary is saying different, so we need to really, the reality is my parents said, hey, don't do this. But my mother also said, if you're going to do this, this is how you do this because you want to protect yourself. And so I know some people are like, oh, that's contradiction of what. No, it's the reality is if you don't teach them how to do it right,
correct way, they're going to learn from another 17-year-old or their best friend who's 14 who thinks they know, who learned from their 16-year-old brother, right? So it's just important that we have that conversation. And the believers to get mad at me, but I do say it. I can have 5 children with 5 different men, but my brother can't have one husband.
And on that note, we're going to go to commercial break. No, listen, I mean,
we talk about you know what I mean? Oh, well, you can't do that. I was like, wait a minute. I got 5 baby daddies, never married. But my brother can't have one husband.
Well, that's deep. There's so many layers to unfold on that. And we're going to pray to God keeps increasing your ministry and opening your doors to educate. But we have to, and we're living in a time, even politically, but we have to understand, even if we don't agree with someone's mission or what they're doing, we don't have to attack them. We don't have to belittle them. We just have to listen and say, hey, either we learn from it or say, hey, I love what you talk about. That ain't what I agree with, but keep on doing what you're doing, right? So, Gina, I'm going to tell you like the old saying, you say, keep on keeping on, all right? All right, well, listen, we're going to keep this train rolling. Because Jarrell is a young producer, but he like a reverend or so. He be getting up tight back there, Jada. Look how he's sweating. But listen, we're gonna keep this train rolling because listen, we've talked business, now it's time to talk money. And they both go hand in hand. And you know what? Who better than talk money than Money Mika when we get back right here on the Brunch Phone?
Wow.
Okay, only about 45, 60 seconds. I didn't know the song, and I didn't want to thank God and keeping me after that combo. I didn't know how to intertwine.
Yeah. Now who's saying what you want to say? I know that. It's a good thing. You went with Mike? Yeah.
Well, are you expired yet? Are you expired yet? Are you not active? Okay. Run Bunch team needs you on this side. If you ain't been active with them, you know, the Run Bunch has a team that
I don't have a team. I'm on Nancy's team. Don't be trying to.
I ain't trying to post nothing. I'm just, you know,
He's a poacher. He's trying to poach.
I don't.
He's trying to.
And you on camera,
Right.
like
The views and opinions of Action Jackson are not those of Fatima and Mika. They are not those of Fatima and Mika. I'm just
exactly.
That dog Action Jackson has no problem. He will take no money from anybody.
Child. You know what?
I'm sorry.
You ain't gonna be fired. So silly.
She said it's in. Zoe texted it's in. No, the drop. I mean her drop, not a commercial.
Yes. It is.
Well, maybe it's
Funny.
yeah. Well, it's definitely a great day when James is in the road. We know it's gonna be a time. I need you to look at the calendar before you leave, see what days you're available to come. Guest co-host this month. It's just me.
Straight atheist, like on steroids.
All right.
Money, Mika, life is full of uncertainties, but your family's future does not have to be. With life insurance and investments, you can secure your tomorrow today. If you or anyone you know is uninsured, underinsured, or you just need a free assessment of your life insurance and investment plan so you can be prepared for retirement, go ahead and give us a phone call at 815-277-6772. Again, that's 815-277-6772.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with
Mika, Money Mika.
I'm about to say, add that money to it. Listen, Money Mika is a trailblazer in her industry. She's a leader of leaders. She is passionate about helping families secure their financial futures. And I am so blessed to been able to meet her early in the game.
Yeah.
It was really early when she got started. And to see that she was killing it out the gate. But it's like 10 times as on steroids now, the work that she's doing. I'm talking billboards at convention centers, on stage, talking to hundreds of thousands of people. And her only goal is just like mine to help people live a better life. So welcome back, Mika.
Hey, thank you. Happy to be here. You know, you got the best intro for me. I appreciate that.
$9.99.
Everything costs.
Everybody. Nobody is safe. Nobody's wallet is safe around Action Jackson.
Not at all. Not at all. I got you.
But listen, you know what? You can introduce people without a script when they're doing good work, right? And that's the beautiful thing. We don't have to pump and prime anybody. I don't have to lie. I don't have to fake it. It's proof in the pudding. And so you didn't come along today. You wanted to share the platform to highlight somebody else. I'll let you take it.
Yes. So, you know, with that introduction, just so everyone understands like what we've been doing in Chicago, we have really been making sure that we get the education, the financial literacy out here to our city. Making sure that they understand the importance of life insurance. By the way, it is Life Insurance Awareness Month. Okay. Big deal. And this is an opportunity for us to truly make sure that we educate the masses even more than what we normally do when it comes to life insurance specifically. Do we do other things? Yes, we do investments and debt solutions, mortgages. We do all of that. But life insurance is really our focus this month, making sure people understand the different types, what they should have, And I couldn't think of a better person to bring than my top producer on my team from last month. This person, and she specifically has really protected the city. Like,
Wow.
if you know anybody that's out here doing life insurance, it is this individual that's here with us, like protecting the whole hood, y'all. Like, she's out here driving the homes, actually face to face, talking to people, educating, making sure they get protection in place. Formerly was a social worker. She's been with me for 7 years working in finance. She's on her way to being a regional vice president. So I have the awesome, amazing Fatima Chanel Jackson with me.
Welcome, Fatima. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So listen, Mika, aka Future Oprah, right here, is gonna lead this interview, but I kind of just want to start it out with, she said you're top leader last month, gonna be top leader this month. We believe in it for the rest of the year, right? Period. What influenced you? What made you make the decision to join this team and say, I want to help families make the right decision?
I think experiencing losing a mom who didn't have any life insurance. So when I joined this business, I had just lost my mom. I have 8 siblings. My mom didn't have any life insurance. So not only did I have to figure out how to bury her, deplete my savings, refusing to do a GoFundMe page, I also was left with all of my younger siblings. I'm the oldest, so my youngest brother was 5 at the time.
Wow.
I had just got my master's. She passed away maybe 4 days after I graduated with my master's. So got my master's, just establishing my life, just bought my condo, like figuring things out. And then when she passed away, I had to take on all of my siblings with no financial support. So I am one of those who experienced losing a parent with no life insurance. And we all know that after the funeral, the phone calls stop, the text messages stop. But then it's like, where are the finances? Who helps you continue to with the family. So I got started to just be able to help people who experience what I went through, losing a parent, no financial support, and not just about the funeral, because obviously I took on children with no children of my own. So it's like, what do you have that you can leave behind to say, if I die today or tomorrow, my children's lifestyle doesn't have to change. When you die, your income is going to die with you. So I got started just to be able to get in front of as many people as possible and just kind of share my experience, but then also help people understand that you don't have to do a GoFundMe page. There's people out here that are licensed that can educate you, that can help make sure you're properly protected, so that your family don't have to experience that.
I love it. I love it.
Wow. Wow. And so powerful, right? And I believe, honestly, that's why Fatima does so well with our company, because of the passion, the personal experience that you've had. And so, honestly, I remember when Fatima first came to our organization, she's been at 3 different offices with us now. We've expanded and expanded and expanded. But the first small office, 1,300 square feet, she came in super quiet and shy and like not wanting to speak, like just afraid to kind of talk to people. And now she's grown into what you see today, someone that's truly out here for the right reason, not here to of life insurance and why they need it.
So typically I start and I ask some real questions. If you died today or tomorrow, can your family afford a funeral? And most people, the answer is no. So obviously you need life insurance. But let's leaving your family with nothing. In your absence, do you still want to be able to provide for them? And most of the time, people say yes. They just don't have the information, the education about life insurance. So just asking the real questions.
That's good. That's good. Now, oh, go ahead.
I have a question with that, right? So thank you for that and the way you said it. And I think when they say for 7 to 10 years, people think immediately, oh, you must have to have a $5 million policy.
Ma'am.
So tell us about that, because the 7 to 10 years would make me think, well, no, I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of policy, or that kind of policy must be,
Absolutely.
$1,000 a month.
And that's a misconception of most people. That's why they're not covered, because they think it's really expensive. But think about it. What do you generate on a yearly basis? For most people, let's say
50,000. Yeah.
We can take $40 to $50. We spend that on coffee.
Absolutely.
And say, look, I'm going to take that and set it aside, and I'm going to get 7 times of what I bring in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just because people don't understand it's affordable, and that's why they have that, and that's why we do what we do. We sit down and we educate you.
I love it. I love it. Thank you
Because
for that.
I'm glad you said something. You said I did not want to do a GoFundMe, and unfortunately, I don't want to give to GoFundMes either. Because
especially for insurance when you try to sell it to them.
Yeah, when we're educating you and we're telling you, listen, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Got to prepare, right? When our counterparts pass away, they leave wealth. When we pass away, we leave debt. And so we got to understand the importance of it, and just diversifying your investment portfolio, period. And that's one of them. So, Mika, Fatima, you guys on a mission to change lives. What's the number one reason you see either or that people say, "Oh, I can't do it right now. I'm not interested."
It's a few. So one of the main reasons for life insurance why they can't do it right now, oftentimes it comes down to the money, for sure, the money. And people want to put it off, like to next week, to payday. Let me wait until I get paid. So it's the money oftentimes. For a lot of men that we sit down with, it's kind of like they have this idea that they're not going to pass away anytime soon. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like they don't think they're going to pass away. And we're like, hey, this is something you want to be urgent about. And so for the guys, you need to understand that we don't know our death date. We know our birthday, but we don't know our death date, right? And so understanding that we never know when it's going to happen. And so you want to make sure you are prepared. Understanding that if you pay any kind of bill, when it comes down to the money, if you are paying a phone bill, a cable bill, a mortgage, if you're paying any bill, your life insurance bill should trump that. Because if you are struggling now to pay those bills, just imagine what your family is going to go through when you pass away, and now that income that you're bringing in is no longer coming in.
That's interesting. That's a great point, actually, to say, because first thing we don't pay when stuff is tight is a life insurance, right? Comcast gonna get that check, but you gonna pay the payment plan together. You gonna borrow the money, but if you're struggling to pay that now, just imagine if something was to happen, and we're not immortal, right? We're not. Life guarantees us that we live to die. God guarantees us that we live to live again. But if you live like you're never going to die, then these are the consequences. You leave in debt. But it goes to, 34-year-old Rich Homie Quan, who just passed away, right? And that was very tragic to read, to hear. And it's like, it wasn't a heart attack. It wasn't, he was gunned down. It was a drug overdose. And we are seeing so many young people that are passing away.
That's a public health issue.
It is a public health issue. And we don't want to talk about that, but it's here. We got to make sure our people, our families are insured. So if you have adult children, you should be having a conversation with them. Hey, make sure you have a policy. Someone came up to us once. I'll never forget it. And I know Valencia don't mind me sharing this. And she said, you should get a policy on Valencia's father. And my mom was like, heck no, I got enough bills, whatever. And I'm like, well, whatever, we'll talk about it later. Valencia was, one day we were talking. We didn't assume her father was going to just abruptly pass away like that. But that was the thought, hey, we do this educating, right? So we just got to start talking to our families too.
Yeah. So talk about planning. I think I shared this before the last time. My parents died 6 days apart. So when my sister, in January of 2000, so when my sister walked into the bank or the funeral home with my mother's death certificate, they said, oh no, her husband is the beneficiary, right? They said, oh, here's his death certificate. He died 6 days later, January 10th, January 16th. We buried them together, double casket funeral, January 22nd. And so I thought, wow, that never happens. The number of people that I now know that happens to, that people die when their partners die. That's two incomes. We were all adults by then. But again, that's two incomes that are gone from home. So I really appreciate, Fatima, that 7 to 10 year thing. And I'm going to start using it a lot more to say, that's really $350,000. That's not anything if you're making, you know, $50,000. So yeah, you're right. We don't know. I want to know if I can insure all my nephews. I have 18 of them.
Well, you rich, you rich auntie, rich auntie. Not right now.
I know Rich Homie Quan was only 34.
Well, yeah, me either. But I grew up in that era where
I didn't recognize.
But I didn't know 34 either. But that's a conversation in itself. Our young people are very careful with these drugs that they're doing because, unfortunately, I know a lot of young people who have had drug overdoses, 24, 25, 30, passed away.
You can always get Narcan from me. I have it in the car. I'll keep it and make sure everybody can get it. Always get Narcan.
All right.
Stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
Come on.
I love it. See, that's the brunch right there. We are prepared. And so we're preparing you. And Fatima and Mika and the entire team doing a phenomenal job educating because we perish for a lack of knowledge, right? And so for those that are saying, I'm on the fence, I'm not sure, I don't know if I'm underinsured, because that's the thing too that you got to understand. You don't have enough insurance policy because $10,000. Listen, if you're listening to me and you got a $10,000 policy, God bless you for taking the step to get that policy. But that ain't even gonna do the funeral.
It's not.
We gotta call. Can they call and get like a free consultation just to learn?
Yes, they can actually send a text message right now, and Chanel will give them a call today to 815-277-6772. That's 815-277-6772. Give us a call, or text message actually would be better. Just text the word money and we will give you a call today.
I love it. With technology is easy, so you can't say, well, I couldn't call, I couldn't get anybody. And Mika and Fatima and the whole team are very, very thorough. And Chanel is good at getting back and staying on top of stuff. So make sure you text 815-277-6772. Text the word money. Let them know you heard them on the Brunch Bunch, and get your finances in order. And so beyond insurance, I know this is Life Insurance Awareness Month. I got to print a calendar of all of these awarenesses because I'm like, every week it's a new one. Every week it's gonna be Marcel Awareness Month. Next month, October, okay. But Mika,
no, that's breast cancer and domestic violence month in October.
Okay, and what else? Because I'm sure it's 3 or 4 more. But beyond just life insurance, you all are helping people do things that we haven't done historically in the Black community, and that's invest.
Yes.
Let's talk about those investments.
Yes, invest is a very big part of what we do. Also, before we go into the invest side, just also the financial literacy and getting the license. Because a lot of times people don't even understand life insurance and investments to begin with. And so we want to make sure that you understand exactly how they work. And so getting the license, get a life insurance license. Okay, even if you don't want to sell it, get a license, because now that gives you the education that you need. You know how you go to college to get the education? You can go to a 2-day class in the state of Illinois and get a license, and we will sponsor you to get that license for you to get the education that you need, because you can have life insurance, and then now when that money passes down to the next generation, do they have the education needed to make sure that the wealth continues on? And so that's going to go ahead and continue only by way of you having the education. And so along with getting insurance, I suggest that you get the license. The life insurance license is very simple to get. We can show you exactly how to do that. On top of that, investments as well, because investments go hand in hand with life insurance. And so we have all of our license for investments as well. And so we educate. Financial literacy is so important. So we sit down with people, we have seminars, we have webinars, and we educate people on how investments work. And so if you are in a position where you're going to be retiring, if you're working a job, even if you're 25 years old, you're going to retire at some point. And we got to understand that retirement is not just about an age. It's about an amount of money that you have. And so everything that we do is about getting started early. Life insurance is cheaper. If you don't have any health issues, you're going to get it approved for life insurance most likely. For investments, you want to start early because you want that money to compound. And one thing we can't get back is time. Right? And so if you are young,
because I was just 20.
You were
2
just
weeks
20.
ago, I could have swore.
And then what? Just like that.
I don't know.
Just like that.
You're already 57.
I was like, wait a minute. Why am I taking a nap?
Yeah.
Like,
in the middle of my nap.
So time is but a fleet moment. Listen, so
okay, hold on. Jarrell's over there rolling his eyes as we say that, but that's okay. You just hang in there.
In 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. He just got back from vacation. He gonna be like, in 2 more weeks, his knees gonna be hurt. He gonna be like, my back hurt. I need some Bengay, But listen, the old saints used to tell us, old folks just say, keep on living. Keep on living. Because what I got going on now, you keep on living. But I will say, somebody asked a question, if they wanted to become a licensed life insurance agent, is it only in Illinois or can they get licensed in other states?
You can get licensed in every single state, and we can help you in any state to get licensed. That is exactly what we do. It doesn't matter where you are. We do a lot of webinars. Obviously, we are on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. And so we can show you, we have the steps, step by step on how to get licensed in any state. Okay.
All right. So if you're interested, what I love about Mika, life insurance, education, investments, right? The education piece is to educate you, get you licensed to not only have your own life insurance, but to make some money helping other people get insured and invest. So if you're looking to learn or be mentored by one of these amazing young women, all you have to do is text money to 815-277-6772. That's 815-277-6772. You know what? I told you the 21-day Dream Builders Reset Challenge is going to keep evolving day by day. And guess what we're adding as of today?
What?
Life insurance.
Oh!
And insurances, period. Because you know what? When you're in business and you got a brick and mortar, if you don't have business insurance, you don't have life insurance, you're not properly insured, it affects your business as well. And you know what? We're going to make that course in itself to educate. And then, Mika, you got to come and teach it. So listen, believers, you want to tap into Money Mika. Thank you, Moni Renee. Put it on Facebook. Text money to 815-277-6772. It is nationwide. Mika is on your side. No pun intended. Right, you ain't got to call them. Call Mika. Fatima, thank you so much for joining us on the Brunch Bunch. Listen, I want both of you in the last 60 seconds. Fatima, if you can in 30 seconds inspire someone why they should be calling and connecting and making sure they're insured.
Yes, having life insurance definitely is a way to make sure that your family is good even in your absence. Ask yourself, if I can leave my family wealth, do I want to do that? Yes, all you have to do is get life insurance. So go ahead and make sure that you get protected, making sure that your family does not have to do a GoFundMe page and that you can make sure even in your absence that they're good.
All right, Money Mika, let's go. What you got for them? What you got for them?
I'm just like, man, life insurance. The life insurance license is the most powerful license, the best license to create first generational wealth. And being in the life insurance and investment space has completely changed my life. Understanding about money, everything. It's changed my life and also has changed my family's life. And so if you want to make a change in your life, you want to get educated in this area. So make sure you reach out to us so that we can go ahead and help you out in any of the areas that we spoke about today.
All right. Well, you heard it on the Brunch Bunch. Gina Lamar with the mingling moment. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
I'm excited. It's insurance month.
Yeah, listen, and I'm glad I know now. Yes, I can add it. Listen, believers, we are here. Our aim is to send you back better than you came. And so each and every day, we want to encourage you and inspire you to live the lives that God has called you to live. We can't keep just reading the Bible and not activating our faith, right? God promised us life and life more abundantly. And to live an abundant life, we have to apply the principles from the people that he's putting in our lives to educate us. And so faith without works is dead. But in the spirit of the psalmist Glorilla, at the end of the day got to end. We are out of time, but we are never out of content. We encourage you like we do each and every day. Keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Believers, we love you. Wait, where's my amen corner? We're going to do that again. I mean, listen. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. All right, Facebook, tap in. Londa. Who else on here? Sugar, Londa. We getting ready today. We about to get it cracking. Those are two of our believers that are taking the 21-day challenge. It's not too late to join. Go to thedreamcenter.com. Shout out to Money, Mika, and Fatima for joining us today with this great information. Moni said, great show. Thank you. Bettina said, thank you. Another great and informative show and platform. Londa said, thanks for this great show. Glad to have you both back. Is that me and Miko, me and Gino, or all three of us? All right, see y'all.